What's up everyone, welcome back to another market update. Now it's been a period of about 2 weeks since I've uploaded the last market update, and that is for good reason because, well, simply put, there has been nothing happening over the last 2 weeks. We've just been stuck within this range for the better part of the last 2 weeks, which also means that the reason why I'm making this video at this time is because I do believe that something is about to happen in the market and I want you guys to be prepared for what is to come. So in this video, I'm just going to keep it short. We're going to talk about Bitcoin and we're going to talk about all the different possibilities that might happen to Bitcoin over the upcoming couple of weeks so that you guys can prepare for what I think is a big short. But before I get into the video, I have a huge announcement to make. My private Discord is now open after being closed for over a year. You only have less than 48 hours to join the Discord before it closes indefinitely again. And there are only two goals in the Discord. Number one, to get you ready for the upcoming bull run so that you are equipped with all the necessary skills to change your life by building some generational wealth. And number two, to teach you everything that I know and package that in a step-by-step trading system so that you can start making money trading instead of screwing around with a ton of different concepts and just trying to figure it all out. Now, even if it was just that alone, that would already be pretty good. But we just wanted to make it even more of a no-brainer for you by making it so that you will earn while you learn. Basically, every week, some of our elite coaches inside the Discord are going to be sharing some high probability trade ideas that you can simply just follow to make money while you are learning all of these new concepts. In fact, it's only been less than a week since the Discord has been open, and we've already had a couple of people make back their investment. And one of them has already gotten funded using the information in the Discord. Again, you have less than 48 hours before it closes indefinitely again. So if you're ready to take your trading to the next level, now is the time to join. Link in the description box below. Now let's get into the video. First things first. You guys already know that I have been pretty bearish on Bitcoin ever since this big explosion that we got back in October and early November. Now, I did say that Bitcoin is in a large-scale accumulation, manipulation, distribution phase, whereby this here is your accumulation, this here is your manipulation, and then right here you get very easy distribution back towards the downside. Now, we might not get a distribution that goes that far back, but it wouldn't be unreasonable to see some kind of retracement for Bitcoin, at least back to the low 30Ks instead of just going straight up. Now, Bitcoin, in my opinion, is at a point where there are only two scenarios that happen in the very near future. Number one, as you can see, that we are in a rising wedge. Now, a lot of retail traders will call this a rising wedge, and more power to them. But we are using this information differently than the retail traders. Essentially, a rising wedge indicates that there is a lot of liquidity above all of these, like basically the trend line. And there's a ton of liquidity just resting below this trend line, where in the event that you just dump the markets really hard, the moment one of these liquidity levels gets taken out, it's just going to be a cascading effect and just boom, 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 and then all the way into this inefficiency that I'm targeting at the moment. And that's right, I'm currently in a Bitcoin short. I have not taken any trades on Bitcoin throughout this entire chop period, but I think it is about time for it to happen. In the event that I'm wrong, though, there isn't really much to lose because I'm shorting at around 38,180, having my stop above 38,500, and then targeting this area right here for a combined total of about 13R. And the reason why I think that, perhaps this is the time is because this is your first push up. This is your second push up. This is your third push up. And right now, this is your fourth push up. Now, sure, you might get a fifth push up before the eventual downside. One of the risks of going short in the timing that I'm choosing to go short at the moment is that as of the time that I'm recording this video, it is the end of the month, which also means that, tomorrow is going to be the beginning of a new month, and beginnings of new months tend to be very volatile, which means there is a chance that I could just get stopped out before the eventual move, and that I'm fine with because, well, I'm already in profit and stops are break even already. It doesn't really matter if I do get stopped out. I can just look to re-enter. The beginning of the new month can also open up, which is very volatile in the other direction. It is a possibility, and that's why I believe that this is a reasonable bet for me to take. It's a reasonable amount of risk compared to the reward. But the point is, just to get back to what I was talking about, big range, tons of liquidity towards the downside, where the moment one gets taken out, it is a cascading effect. Number two, you've just been pushing slightly, ever so slightly higher. 1, 2, 3, and now 4. Usually when you get 3 pushes up, this is called a 3 drives pattern. It's a very bearish pattern. And usually 3 drives leads to a break of market structure towards the downside, and then bam. And right now you're getting the fourth push. So the stars are lining up at the moment. I will discuss the bullish scenario in just a bit. In my opinion, after waiting for better part of 2 months. I do believe the stars are aligning now in the direction of a short. Here's my recommendation for you if you are not already in a short. What you want to look for is, again, a confirmed breaker structure towards the downside. I would recommend at least a 4-hour chart to do this analysis. But basically what you want to see is at around 36,760 get taken out. So something like that. And then what you will leave behind is some kind of order block or some kind of fair value gap. And this is where you will want to enter. An entry such as this is going to be your best bet. And then the risk to reward is not going to be as beautiful, but you also don't need to set your stop that high, right? You can set your stop, maybe at the top of the fair value gap or at the top of the order block. That's generally how these things work. So that's one way that you can do it. This is a very safe way to do it. The second way is that you must remember, this is a pro tip for any one of you who has gotten stopped out before the price moved in your direction. And that is the fact that every aggressive expansion, right? Every large expansion in price will always follow a sweep of counterparty liquidity. I know that sounds like a lot of mumbo jumbo, but all it boils down to essentially is this. If you're looking for the markets to go lower, you want to see some kind of buy-side liquidity sweep first before going lower. As an example, the moment these buy-side liquidity here got swept, you get a expansion in price towards the downside. When this buy-side liquidity here got swept, again, you got quite a nice expansion towards the downside. Similarly, when you're bullish, right, you have liquidity over here, you get swept, boom, expansion to the upside. Meaning, right now, you could say that you already swept the liquidity, so you're expecting an expansion in price towards the downside. But assuming, like in the event where the first day of the month opens up, something like this, before like this, then again, you just want to look for the exact same setup. Boom, 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 boom. And make sure that this area here has a break of market structure. And break of market structure simply means a break of a swing low. Well, yeah, we want to look for a swing low in this case because we're leaning short. Confirm that on the 4-hourly chart. Now, if all of that makes sense, that is the plan moving forward. Again, if we do get stopped out, it's a very small risk. And if we do make it big, then this is going to be a pretty big payoff. And now with the bearish scenario over, it would be irresponsible of me not to talk about a potential bullish scenario. So I'm just going to cover that real quick. First things first, you have, in my opinion, like if Bitcoin is going to continue pumping, 40K is an inevitability. And there just so happens to be like just a ton of buy-side liquidity around the 40K area. So between 39 to about 40, 4,500, it's going to be the area where you want to target if you are a bull. In the event that this rising wedge here breaks out to the upside, that's going to be your target. This will also line up with the fact that you are getting a -1 range expansion from this low to this high right here. You can see that it's right around the 39K area, 39,500 in fact, so very close to this area. Wouldn't be surprised if that happens. And if that happens, then you will be very close to the top. Although I wouldn't jump right into a short the moment this level gets hit. All I would simply look for is what I taught you guys just now. 4-hour confirmed market structure shift, retracement, boom. It's always the most surefire way for you to catch high risk reward and high probability trades. As long as you're patient enough to wait for that, you're going to be generally very successful. So in the bullish scenario, because in terms of the higher time frame, you are technically still putting in bullish market structure in the sense that you're making high highs, high lows, high highs, high lows. So technically this could be an opportunity where you get a high low and then boom, right? Just head to that level before maybe something like this. This is just going to be a quick video, just preparing you for the various scenarios that will be coming to Bitcoin over what I believe to be the near future. And there you go. That's all the scenarios that I'm looking for in the short term for Bitcoin. And hopefully you guys are well prepared for whatever is to come to Bitcoin. And lastly, just a reminder, the Discord does close in 48 hours. If you just want to get prepared for the bull run, or maybe just finally start to make money trading, don't pass on this opportunity because it's only been less than a week since some people have joined, and there are already some people who have made back their investment and even used the information in the Discord to get funded. But otherwise, I wish you the best of trading, and I'll see you guys in the next video.